PMI-ACP training is about to kick off. I've heard from so many students over the past number of years after they become PMP certified. The next question is typically, Phil, when are you going to have a PMI-ACP class? Well, we are going to be having a PMI-ACP class in the very near future. Domain 1 is going to be all about Agile Principles. We're going to get our hands wet, our feet wet with this Agile idea. What exactly does it mean? What is the manifesto all about? What are the values and principles of Agile, the Agile framework and technology? Just getting you started. This is probably going to take about 3 hours thereabouts to go through. Each one of these modules will take anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. Module 2 goes into the second domain in the PMI-ACP content outline. And this is where we're going to be exploring how to deliver valuable results by producing high-value increments. You've heard of the term MVP, minimum viable product. Well, by the time we get done, you're really going to understand what is at the bedrock of prioritization, what makes us prioritize what we deliver and when. We're going to talk about agile contracting, chartering, Kano analysis, and the Moscow technique. You're going to learn quite a lot of new information. Those of you who have not really been to a formal Agile course, those of you who have been kind of dabbling into Agile but not solidly. By the time my trainer is done, alongside me giving you what you need for the PMI-ACP exam, you realize that you have a lot more, not just for the ACP, but a lot more. You know, these days, you need to think about project management in a hybridized approach. It's not black or white. It's not fully plan-driven or agile. There's a blend. So a lot of these techniques are going to help you blend project management in a sensible and meaningful fashion. Domain 3, we'll be talking about stakeholder engagement. We'll be going into the 3 subdomains, and there's a lot of information here talking about stakeholder engagement. Some of these things, you have encountered them in the world of the PMP, the whole idea about stakeholder management as a whole, communication management, facilitation methods, a lot of the soft skills type stuff. But then we're also going to be talking about user stories, backlogs, story maps, burn-up charts, burn-down charts. We've talked about some of this stuff in the world of the PMP, but you're going to be experiencing it in a more agile context, purely agile context. We'll also talk about agile modeling, talk about workshops, two-way communication, things such as that. Domain 4, we'll go into team performance. And again, this maps directly back to the PMI content outline, the PMI-ACP content outline for the ACP exam. So we'll be talking about creating an environment of trust, learning, collaboration, conflict resolution that promotes team self-organization. You know, the thing at the bedrock of Agile is self-organizing teams. So we'll address things such as daily stand-ups, emotional intelligence. And I can tell you, my friends, on the ACP exam, these are the things. It's the mindset you're going to be tested on. We will be training you on the mindset across all of these domains. Domain 5 is a rather interesting area. It's about adaptive planning. We talk about leadership and building agile teams, team motivation, global, cultural, and team diversity. It has some soft skills-oriented topics, but we also go into things such as time boxing, backlog grooming and refinement, definition of done. What does it mean? You hear the term done being used a lot in Agile and Scrum. There's a lot of stuff to talk about there. Domain 6 is all about problem detection and resolution. So we approach problem solving from a slightly different lens. We're talking about continuously identifying problems, impediments, and risks. And by impediments, we're talking about those things that bar the project team from getting their work done, from getting their goals accomplished. So in Domain 6, we'll talk about problem solving, process analysis, regulatory compliance. We'll talk about certain KPIs that you could use in the world of Agile, and many, many more things. The 5 whys, which you've probably heard of, control limits, fishbone diagrams, which you know from a past world, and testing. The last domain that we're going to talk about is continuous improvement. We're talking about product, process, and people. And we're talking about continuously improving the quality, effectiveness, and value of the product. So we'll explore developmental mastery models, self-assessment tools and techniques, agile hybrid methods, and of course, the PMI Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct. It appears here again. So if this sounds like something you would like to do to get those credit hours towards being PMI-ACP certified, you definitely need to be registering for this course. And what I would advise you to do is send a message so that we include you on the distribution list when the course is taking place very soon, in the next 1 to 3 weeks, depending on the demographic, depending on logistics. But we want to make sure we take into account our students who are in different parts of the world. So based on the demographic, we'll schedule the course across the line of best fit. So you want to send an email to support@Praizion.com. If you're thinking of taking the PMI-ACP exam and you know you need training, or maybe you went for training and it wasn't very effective, look, you need to be in this course. I cannot overstate how effective this expert trainer, coach, mentor, Roy, delivers the content. You know, you think about me on the PMP exam, this is just like your friend Phil. He's in it for you to win it, you know. So Roy, great trainer, great coach. You definitely want to be in Roy's course. Roy is not just a CSM, he's also a CSP. He has trained a gazillion of these courses. Very, very much into the world of Agile, the world of Scrum, got a lot of certifications, knows the trenches. Hey, the underworld of Agile, Roy knows it, the underworld. There's a lot of undercurrents, underworld, the inner workings of the organizations, what makes things tick in the world of Agile. Roy is my supplier. He feeds me what I need. You want to be in this training, okay? Roy is, of course, a PMI-ACP as well, and has delivered many, many trainings and got a lot of people across the finish line. If this is something you want to be part of, send in an email to support@Praizion.com. You definitely want to be in this training. There are not many like it. There are a lot of people who train Agile, but trust me when I say Roy is a practitioner of Agile. You know, he is the guy you want to listen to. He is the guy you want to listen to. I remember previous client of ours, we had a few resistant stakeholders. You know how we technical folks from the world of engineering can be? We don't like budging. But by the time Roy was done talking to these folks, the light bulbs came on. They began to see how Agile could live in the organization. We had a very successful 3-day workshop and many, many other successful mentoring and coaching workshops with this client. And that's just one example, okay? Get on the bandwagon. Let's see you there. Get ACP certified. You know, those of you who are like, oh, I don't have the experience, now's the time. Get on those projects in your firm, or begin to run your projects from an Agile perspective, okay? That will count as experience hours for you. And before you know it, you will have enough experience. The experience needed for the ACP is not as much as the experience needed for the PMP in terms of boots on the ground using Agile. All right? If you have not taken a look at the PMI's ACP handbook, it is something that I would recommend. Okay? You want to check out the PMI ACP handbook. When you download the handbook, you realize that you need 21 hours of training. And that's why this course is 21 hours. In addition to all of this, we're also going to be taking a look at certain question types for the exam and giving you an idea of the nature of those questions. Okay? Again, you definitely want to look at the handbook. That will give you a little bit of assurance. Okay? So here's the handbook. If you take a look, you'll see what is required of you to get certified right here. So either you've got a secondary or high school diploma, 2,000 hours of general project management experience, 1,500 hours of agile experience, as you can see here, and then training in agile practices. Lots of you have already got the general project management experience, and you've also got the agile project experience. What is missing is the formal training. Okay? And this is exactly what we aim at delivering to you. Okay? So send that email to us, support@praizion.com. Looking forward to seeing you. Bye for now.